Hi, my name is Ellie. I am a graduate student studying nutrition science at Arizona State University. And today I will be presenting to you what to eat before and after exercising. Why it matters. Many active people want to build muscle through exercise. Health claims about what to eat and when to eat before and after working out exist in ample all over social media, magazines, fitness blogs, and fitness influencers. However, correct nutritional information for the public who exercises regularly is lacking, and what is out there can be misleading. Deciphering between what is myth and what is not can be challenging. Also, research shows that many people over or undereat before or after working out, and that can be one of the reasons why you aren't achieving your fitness goals. To caffeinate or to not. Whether you like having a cup of coffee first thing in the morning or you don't care for caffeinated beverages at all is completely fine and will not affect your performance at the gym. Consuming supplements like pre-workout have not been shown to make a significant difference in exercise performance, but instead could lead to unpleasant side effects. Here is an overview of what a pre-workout meal should consist of. It should be 1 to 1.5 hours before working out, have approximately 15 grams of complex carbs, have 1 serving of fruit, 10 grams of protein, and to also hydrate with 8 to 16 ounces of water. And we'll go into greater detail of each of these points in the presentation. Why eat an hour before exercising? When to eat before and after your workout or the time of day you exercise all varies person to person and your personal schedule. But it's important to give your body time to digest food before you start moving. When you wait a little bit, you're less likely to feel sluggish or lethargic. Eating a small snack or meal before a workout is more beneficial than working out fasted, and this isn't because of how your performance will be impacted. For example, some people can lift just as heavy fasted compared to when they eat. The reason why eating prior is so critical is because people who eat before exercising will be less likely to overeat at their next meal post-exercising and throughout the day as well. Next on the list is complex carbohydrates. It is recommended to eat at least 15 grams of complex carbohydrates, but no more than 30 grams with your pre-workout meal. This will allow your blood sugar to stay stable and give you the right amount of energy to keep going because complex carbs digest slower. Eating too many carbohydrates can result in you feeling tired and lethargic when exercising, which is another reason to wait at least an hour to prevent that from happening. And we will get into what 15 grams of complex carbs looks like in just a moment. The next component is adding 1 serving of fruit. Unlike complex carbs, fruit is a simple carbohydrate, so it'll break down and be used as energy faster. Adding a serving of fruit with your pre-workout snack or meal will give you just the right blood sugar boost. And it's high in vitamins and minerals, which is always a plus to add to any meal. Protein before exercise. Eating some protein, about 10 grams, before a workout may help you stay fuller longer. I'll give examples of what 10 grams of protein looks like later in the presentation. It's also good to separate eating high amounts of protein to every 3 to 4 hours to optimize protein absorption. Here is a chart of examples of each category. Examples of what 15 grams of complex carbohydrates looks like. And remember, complex carbohydrates are made up of sugar molecules that are strung together in long, complex chains, making them harder to digest than simple carbohydrates like fruit. This can help you feel fuller longer and prevent energy crashes, making them an essential component to your pre-workout meal. Then we have examples of fruit, which, like I mentioned, are simple carbohydrates and will break down faster. And it is beneficial to have one of each group for quicker energy and energy to get you through your workout. And lastly, we have examples of 10 grams of protein. And you can use this chart to help you make your pre-workout meals. Here is an overview of what your post-workout meal looks like. It's 1 to 1.5 hours after your workout, 15 grams of complex carbohydrates, just like the pre-workout meal, 20 to 30 grams of protein, 1 serving of healthy fats, 1 serving of a fiber-rich food, and also hydrating with 8 to 16 ounces of water. And we'll go into detail for each one of these as we did with the pre-workout meal. Let's start with post-workout protein. Did you know that most Americans eat more than enough protein? And one myth commonly seen in the fitness community is that the more protein you eat, the more muscle you will build. And this is actually far from the truth. Research suggests that your body can only metabolize about 30 grams of protein every 3 to 5 hours. So over-consuming protein will result in more calories consumed and not a more toned body. Ideally, 20 to 30 grams is best. And remember to space out your protein intake to every few hours to prevent over-consuming. Another myth is that you need to eat animal protein to build muscle. There is no difference whether you are an omnivore, pescatarian, vegetarian, or vegan. As long as you eat complete protein foods, you can still gain muscle mass and achieve your fitness goals. I want to briefly explain what complete protein is, because when choosing your protein for your meals, it is important that it's good quality and complete, which are foods that contain all 9 essential amino acids that the human body needs but cannot produce on its own. It needs to get them from food. This is especially important for vegans and vegetarians because most animal protein, chicken, eggs, beef, dairy products like cheese and milk, is already a complete protein when eaten by itself. The only non-animal protein that is considered to be complete is tofu, but that doesn't mean you have to eat tofu with every meal. You can eat combinations of foods that will make a complete protein when eaten together. Examples are nuts or seeds with whole grains, so peanut butter on whole wheat toast. Another combination would be whole grains with beans. An example is beans and rice, or hummus and pita bread, or beans and tortilla. The next portion of the post-workout meal is adding 1 serving of healthy fats. Fats are necessary for many reasons, including skeletal muscle contractions, helping with satiety, especially like me if you're very hungry after you leave the gym. Fats reduce cravings for sugar and even reduce inflammation and speed metabolism. Fats are higher in calories at 9 calories per gram, which is a great food to include when you need that calorie replenishment. And lastly, because they help with hunger satiety and ultimately will prevent you from overeating at your next meal and throughout the rest of the day. Next is adding 1 serving of a fiber-rich food. Fiber-rich foods are all fruits, vegetables, and some legumes. Similarly to adding healthy fats to your post-workout meal, adding at least 1 serving of a fiber-rich food will not only help you feel satisfied, but will also help with digestion and adds tons of nutrients to your body, which your body needs after exerting energy. It will also prevent a blood sugar spike, especially because your post-workout meal is generally larger than your pre-workout meal. And lastly, we have some hydration tips. Hydrating is extremely important when exercising. This is why prioritizing drinking water prior to your workout is just as important as drinking water during and after. Aim for 16 ounces of water during and after your workout. That's equivalent to about 2 glasses. Feel free to skip the sugary sports drinks as they add unnecessary calories and sugar. But if you do a lot of cardio or high-intensity workouts, taking an electrolyte tablet or an electrolyte drink will help you better absorb the water that you consume. And here is a chart of each macronutrient we talked about, which can help you when deciding what to eat for your post-workout meal. We have the same examples of the 15 grams of complex carbohydrates as the pre-workout meal. We have examples of what 20 to 30 grams of protein looks like, examples of foods with healthy fats, and examples of fiber-rich foods. In closing, it is important to be cautious of the information you hear on social media or even advice from trainers and fitness experts on what to eat and what not to eat. It's important to know where this information came from. All of these recommendations in this presentation came from peer-reviewed articles and are backed up by research. If you want further guidance on what to eat to optimize your fitness goals, consider seeing a registered dietitian who specializes in sports nutrition, who can work with you and your specific goals. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation. Have a great day.